got married in 2004, and we waited a little bit to start a family. We struggled with infertility for about 5 years. Finally got to a point where the doctor suggested that we go through IVF. We knew the chances with IVF that there could be multiples if, depending on how many embryos. The doctor decided to place 2 embryos, and there was, I think, a 2% chance that one would split, or they would split. And sure enough, when we went for our ultrasound at 7 weeks, there was three babies. Wow, 3 babies like at once. We've been trying for so long, and we would joke that we've caught up to all our friends now just in one shot.
Shock. That would be the best word to describe it, I guess.
The doctor came in and he said, you might want to call Matt up in Cleveland and tell him to meet you at the hospital, because we're taking these babies. When I tell you, we left the doctor's office and I was in surgery within an hour and a half from leaving his office. And I think Matt walked in 5 minutes before they were ready to take. As soon as he walked in, they wheeled me to surgery. So
unusual in there, that's for sure. With each child with their own doctor and nurses, it was a packed room.
So I saw each baby as they were born. They brought them over to me, and then they whisked them away.
When they, realized that they did have the brain bleeds, and just, not knowing what to expect.
And they were all administered the surfactant, which is product of research from the March of Dimes. So thank God for that. I was just wanted to hear them cry, and as soon as I heard them cry, you just think, okay, they're all right. They cried, So I went, obviously then I go back to the room for recovery, and I'm just depending on Matt to bring me information on how they were doing, and it was just hard not to be able to see them right away.
As well as can be expected, I guess, just relaying info and making sure I could check everything I could, and taking pictures and bringing them back up to her on the phone and whatnot. Everything's racing through your mind at that point, seeing all 3 of them, under the lights in the incubators, and just wondering what's going on. They're checking oxygen levels, doing all that stuff. The boys were hooked up to ventilators, just a lot of questions and unknowns.
I think as soon as I saw them, I just felt in my heart like that they were going to be okay, that they were going to make it.
How long were you in the NICU?
We were in the NICU for, Morgan was 68 days, Matthew was 73 days, and Michael was 77 days. I just wanted them to make it, to live, so I didn't know anything else. I just knew I just wanted them to live. I didn't know anything of the outcomes of their bleeds or anything. And, shortly after we discovered the brain bleeds, Michael developed hydrocephalus. They would just go in and drain the fluid every day off of his brain.
It was rough. I have 3 kids, and you don't really get to see them. Hoping they're going to be okay. Hoping the ultimate outcome is they're healthy and alive.
When we had Morgan and Matthew both home, we really missed Michael. It was just like all our dreams came true.
A long wait.
It was a long wait, but it was, we couldn't have asked for a better outcome. Morgan, from the beginning, she was definitely the least affected, although the smallest. Like I said, she really she had some of the common preemie problems, but not many of them, and she pretty much sailed right through. She was feisty, a fighter. She was just, strong little girl. And Michael, I just consider him a miracle. They're all miracles, but he had a grade 3 and grade 4 brain bleed, and that's, very, when you look it up, you see, of course, I Googled that, and you see the most awful things, and the fact that today he's walking. The day he started to walk, it was just in the beginning of the summer, and we were all in the room with him, and he's doing it, and Morgan and Matthew were cheering and clapping and like, go Mikey, go, and thank God I got some of it on film. It was just the cutest thing I ever saw.
What are your hopes for your kids?
Same wishes I would think any parent. for them to grow up, be healthy, and be the best they can be.
and to be happy and just follow their dreams. And, you know, they're so loving. They're like, which is just, you know, just touches your heart so much to see how they are. But I know everyone around them loves them so much, and they see so much love, you know. So I just wish for them to be as happy as they can be.
Thank you, March of Dimes, for everything you've done for our children.